Hello. Today's story is The Easter Bunny Comes to New Zealand. This story begins in a wonderful place with a boy named Jack and a girl named Grace. They'd moved to New Zealand and longed to explore, make friends, have adventures, and many things more. On the day before Easter, they drove into town. They went to the pet store and looked all around. There in the front was a pen full of bunnies. The small ones were cute and the big ones were funny. They played with the bunnies and thought for a bit, and then they agreed on the most perfect fit. The littlest bunny with a floppity hop. He's the one, they decided. Let's call him Flop. So Flop joined the family that bright autumn day. The littlest bunny was now home to stay. They played until bedtime, then made a snug nest and settled Flop into his cage for a rest. Grace gave Flop a kiss and Jack patted his head, and the two happy children climbed into bed. A soft evening breeze blew in through the window as Grace and Jack fell fast asleep on their pillows. But Flop had no time now to close his own eyes. He was preparing for an Easter surprise. Although he was small and he knew it was true, tonight little Flop had a big job to do, for he had a secret he hadn't let show. He was the Easter Bunny and he had to go. A magical wind gave his whiskers a tickle, his nose how it twitched, his ears how they wiggled. Soon Flop was quite different than ever before, and he couldn't wait, not for one moment more. He raced through the house and out into the night to where he had hidden his eggs out of sight. His marvellous burrow held Easter eggs plenty, to be quite exact, 9,020,000. He packed up the eggs and he looked at his map and he fastened his goggles and his flying cap. Then Flop hopped right into his hot air balloon and soon he was soaring as high as the moon. As he watched his first stop grow nearer and nearer, his New Zealand mission came even clearer. First, Flop balanced eggs on a tall building top. That's the Sky Tower. And then he went to the park, spreading eggs as he hopped. Hagley Park, that's in Christchurch. He smashed a quick Easter 6 just for some fun, and he quietly hid chocolate eggs, one by one, at the library. With big bounces here and giant jumps there, Flop hid New Zealand's eggs everywhere. He flew to the east, to the south, west and north, and he crisscrossed the land. He raced back and forth. Wellington, Auckland and Christchurch got treats. Then Hamilton, Dunedin and Rotorua were complete. Queenstown and Whangarei, the long list went on. Flop was delivering eggs until dawn. Finally, Flop found his very last stop. He came to your house with a bounce and a hop, and there he delivered his Easter surprises, chocolate eggs of all shapes and sizes. And when he finished, he stopped for a rest. Yes, surely this Easter was one of the best. The morning sun rose on that bright Easter day, and Grace and Jack both woke up early to play. But when they went to find their friend Flop, the door was wide open. The cage was unlocked. There were eggs to discover for Grace and for Jack, but now Flop was missing. They just wanted him back. They looked under their beds, they looked all around, but their new bunny friend just couldn't be found. But whose goggles are these? Who unfolded this map? And then from the garden came a faint tap, tap, tap. They rushed and they stumbled. It had to be him, and there they found baskets with something tucked in. "It's Flop!" they cried out, and they held him so close. Jack tickled his ears and Grace kissed his pink nose. Flop hugged his two children, his new friend so dear. Happy Easter, New Zealand! I'll see you next year! The Easter Bunny comes to New Zealand. I came to New Zealand 50 years ago. That's a long, long time ago, and I was only 14. And I came with my sister and my mummy and my daddy. Now then, it's been a long day. Did you get your Easter eggs? Have you eaten lots? I bet you've had far too much chocolate. Night, night. God bless. And don't forget to drink lots of water tomorrow and clean your teeth tonight before bed. Night, night.